Welcome back to the United Soccer Coaches Podcast presented by League Apps. Evergreen material here as we're on podcast roll at the 2023 convention in Philadelphia, meeting all kinds of great people, a lot of innovative people. In fact, the innovations in soccer right now is off the charts. It's no different with my next guest as we are meeting the CEO of Sogility. That is spelled Sogility, and his name is Jimmy Carson. Jimmy Carson, CEO, Sogility. Welcome to the United Soccer Coaches Podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
All right, I'm going to read a couple sentences about Sogility, and then we're going to get rolling, okay?
Sounds good.
It says, Sogility's mission is to increase soccer players' skills, confidence, and physical development with personalized training through the use of technology and individualized data monitoring. Offering different kinds of training allows our athletes to see growth in their skills and confidence. And then it breaks down our trainings, technical soccer zones, circuit training, athlete development, skills classes, tech touch, neural training, a lot of neat stuff. I can already tell, Jimmy, based on what I'm reading and just looking at you, I'm going to bring the IQ level way down, so I apologize for that. You'll keep it up here because I can tell you're a smart guy. But break down, what is the mission with Sogility? Break it down.
Yeah, Sogility started in 2018 in Westfield, Indiana. We started in a small 7,000 square foot area. We were offering just kind of the tech touch part, partnering with Toka to do some ball delivery system type stuff. And over the last few years, we've slowly added facets of training. Our goal is really just to search the planet for the most innovative things that are out there, ways to continuously improve players and engage them. So really the engagement piece. So our partners with ESA, Elite Skills Arena out of the UK, provide a lot of equipment that kids really get into. So there's leaderboards built into it. LED lights light up in different patterns. So the brain's being made to think the game of soccer. So they have to find the right light, hit that, move to the next one. So not only is there the skill development piece, but there's also something going on in the brain. Hopefully getting players to think, which this day and age, that's probably the most important part, is getting players really to think the game, to solve problems just on the fly. That's been something that we've added into the facility, and then we kept growing in different facets to the point where we have 6 offerings, which helps keep the training fresh. So players don't get bored and doing the same old thing. They can book a 30-minute session, come in and pick any of the facets, work out, get about 300, 500 touches, and head home.
All right, when I get my steak, I like to cut right into it, and I use that analogy because I think when people come on, they're running a business, and when you're running a business, you want clients. So let's get right to that, then we are going to break down the trainings. Who is your client? Who are you looking for as your clients?
Yeah, it's amazing. We've actually just recently partnered with Little Kickers and a couple other options, so now we're training 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds, all the way through the professional players. So a lot of the players that live in the Indianapolis area. We had Jonathan Gomez come in, Annika Schmidt, Aaliyah Martin, AJ Cochran, Tyler Pasher. So a lot of those players. Yeah, it's been amazing because we just added a 5-a-side pitch to the facility. So we're playing 5 pickup games. So all the pros come in. I think I've played 4 or 5 games in the last 2 weeks. And at my age, that's not great, but they're very encouraging. So, but to provide them with an opportunity to train, get ready for the season, feel like they're in top shape going into it. But again, that confidence piece comes up. So when you're getting 300, 500 touches, you can't help but be confident on the ball. So you feel a lot better. And that's kind of the main thing that we do with our athletes. I think our largest member base right now is 14 to 16-year-olds. But we have a lot of 8 through 12-year-olds that come in. So we have about 270 plus members right now that come in and train as often as they like. We offer different levels of membership, so that way maybe you're a recreational-based player or a player with less experience. You want to just come in once a week and get some work, or you're a more serious player. You want to come in 20 times a month and really get after it.
Wisdom and passion of Jimmy Carson, the CEO of Sogility. You can check it out at sogility.net. I'm going to spell it for you again, Sogility. Before we get into those 6 kind of trainings, I turn over your impressive brochure and I say something that says open a Sogility near you, where you can have world-class community, convenience, and affordable. So basically, you can do what you're doing in Indiana all over the country. Is that the goal?
Yeah, that's why we're here. Really, we've had a lot of people reach out to us over the last couple years. We're a fairly new company, but people have been able to see on our social media. Sam Wade, my communications and marketing director, does a fantastic job and has really taken things and elevated it for us. So we get a lot of people reaching out, and they're like, we love what you're doing. can my kid come in and try it out? Can we get to that, that in our area where we're at? So it got us thinking that, it's probably time for us to start launching Sogilities across the country. So we're in conversations with Northern Virginia, St. Louis, Michigan. We have a new partnership with FC Gold Star, which is a new club out of Michigan. They're interested in maybe putting a Sogility in their stadium so the players can benefit from it. So we're kind of just looking for that next best place. So we know that there's a lot of passionate soccer coaches here, a lot of great business people. Made wonderful connections in the exhibit hall. That's another part of why we're here. We love to partner with other companies and find ways to help promote the beautiful game. I think that's what's amazing about coming here, right? Is everybody's really working towards one common goal, which is growing the love of the game. So for us to be able to connect with some of these other people, provide maybe some other opportunities for our players. Again, we're always trying to stay hungry and figure out what's that next big thing that we should be offering to the players.
Really cool. Jimmy Carson, the CEO for Sogility.net. We mentioned there are 6 kinds of trainings. Let's go rapid fire and give me a little bullet point on each one. Let's start with the Technical Soccer Zone.
Yeah, Technical Soccer Zone is the Elite Skills Arena equipment. So we have the icons. We have about 6 of them set up. Various sizes, 2 meters up to 6 meters, a couple different shapes. We have actually a cube, which is a square. It's the only one in North America, which is pretty cool. We have a lot of opportunities for players to get in a game, think the game, find those lights, knock the ball around, really developing 360 awareness. So becoming a player that can think and move and be dynamic.
Athlete development.
Athlete development is really just finding ways to help athletes feel more comfortable in their own skin. So can they move fluidly? Can we reduce injuries? Can we do some core strength training? Because most of our athletes are younger sided. So we're really looking at ways to help them just feel stronger. And then growing into some more strength training as they get a little older.
Tech touch.
Tech touch, that's really working on that first touch. So we have various ball delivery systems. Balls shoot in at the players. We make them do things, skill-based, and then find an open goal.
Circuit training.
Circuit training is, again, that ESA equipment. So it's like a soccer obstacle course, as I tell people. They're going to go into a session there, maybe 1 to 4 kids at a time. They're going to dribble through, the LED lights light up. You got to dribble through, play off a rebounder, make a pass through a gate. So a lot of engaging pieces.
Skills classes.
Skills class is more of your core-based training. So a lot of kids still want to work on their attacking 1v1 skills and get after it. So they'll go into a skills class of 1 to 8 kids, really focusing on that individual skill.
Neural training.
Neural training is something that's pretty new out in the world, but we're trying to get the brain to process information as fast as it can. A lot of hand-eye coordination. The goalkeepers seem to love it. And we've partnered with Seattle Sounders and a couple other clubs that are looking to add this to some of what they have at their academies as well.
Jimmy Carson, the CEO for Sogility. You can find them at Sogility.net. Their phone number is 317-399-7914. That's 317-399-7914. You can email them for information at info@Sogility.net. Last question here. I don't know about you, but my life has been about relationships. I like to know who I'm working with. Give me the elevator speech on Jimmy Carson, where you grew up, where you went to college. What's your story?
Yeah, I'm from Indiana. I played at University of Indianapolis. Have always pretty much been an Indy kid myself. But I grew up, I was born into the game, basically. My grandfather moved to this country in 1967, helped found some of the first leagues in Indiana. Started the Indiana Soccer Hall of Fame, did a lot of things before his passing, but was president of men's soccer. So I don't know any better. Like, I love the game. That's what I do. I got into education, was in education for 16 years, running elementary schools. So I have a real passion for the younger players and helping them grow and do that. And I've been coaching for 24 years. I've coached at every level from high school, youth, run a couple clubs locally, coached in the U.S. Development Academy, MLS Academy, and then also in the ECNL.
Incredible. As you may or may not know, I've been the longtime voice for Big Ten Network Soccer. So for me, Indiana, the Godfather, the Indiana Hoosiers, everything about Indiana means a lot to me, particularly somebody that grew up in Ohio as well. So I'm glad you added that in there. I hope you enjoyed your time on the United Soccer Coaches podcast and your time at the United Soccer Coaches Convention.
For sure. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here.
Great. Jimmy Carson, the CEO for Sogility. One more time, check them out at Sogility.net. We'll have more of the United Soccer Coaches podcast presented by League Apps after these messages.